So yeah, and then last year I was shooting the new Ghostbusters, um, and Jason Reitman. I don't know if you know Jason.
I do, yeah.
But so Jason, we were talking, and he the first things he ever did were shorts, and so I was talking about, you know, making movies, and he just said, "Well, just write a short. Like it's the best thing you could do." Uh, so I came in and I gave him an idea, and I came in really excited, and I was like, "Okay, I got an idea. It's about a guy who wakes up in a silent film, and he has to scream really loud to get out, and blah blah blah." And he goes, "So the first thing you pick is a medium that's dead, like the biggest budget ever, like no, like just so complicated. Why would you do that?" I was like, "I don't know." And he was like, "Just have one location and two characters talking to each other, like that, like have a conversation." And then I started. I have like my older brother's 5 years older, and he has been out of high school for a bit, and sometimes we'll be out in public, and he'll see friends from high school, and it'll just be kind of just weird. And I'm sure, I just graduated high school, and I feel like I'd feel weird if I saw people, from
Yeah.
high school. Even now,
Sure.
it's only been like a month, like a month.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so, and then I was thinking about, yeah, I was just thinking about this thing, like, what's the most uncomfortable interaction you can have with a person from high school? And I was like, oh, robbery. Um, and then I kind of based it off, and I during the production of Ghostbusters, I met two people who, one of them, Billy, has become like my writing partner, who like we're
Cool.
fully doing stuff together, and then Artoon, who's this amazing actor who I met also on Ghostbusters.
Awesome.
It kind of just formed, yeah, and Malcolm, plays the cop, and is like a old family friend of mine, is a great actor, and it just, yeah, it fell in, and yeah, it was great. I mean, so I crowdfunded it, because like no
And
one
so
funds
you
shorts.
say,
I was like, because I think Steven Spielberg's number one thing, I think I heard him say, was like, never ever put your own money into movies. Um,
yes.
and I was like, I'm not going to do that. And if I have the platform, uh, to crowdfund and to do this, then maybe I'll just take it and try it out.
It's so yeah, that's good advice that I didn't follow. I so I have done that twice. Yeah, it's very stressful. When you say you feel guilty, do you mean do you think that's just imposter syndrome, or do you feel like there's no movie you could make that would justify their people's faith in you, or do you like what do
Well,
you
I gave like incentives, which is essentially like me giving like stuff, like a signed prop or whatever, or
right.
something that's good. Um, but yeah, I don't, the guilt, it's both. I think it's both of those. It's two of those things. It's imposter
Yeah.
syndrome, and like, do I really, is this like worth it? I don't know. Is this worth it for
Yeah,
other
I
people's? Yeah,
know. I get that. I get that completely because it's an art form that isn't just you painting on a canvas, and it isn't just you writing something down. That it is you're doing it with a bunch of people, and so it requires a bunch of people having faith in you,
yeah,
and that can be kind of daunting. And if you're not like a shithead or a sociopath, you're going to inevitably feel
yeah.
like I don't deserve this.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then yeah, I mean, it was, I got the great crew together, and I don't, there's a first shot in the movie, which is like this move through the aisles, and it's like a whip
Yeah,
pan in the back.
beautiful shot.
Thanks. And so that was the first thing we shot, and we were having trouble with it at the beginning, and I could see the crew being like, oh shit, like, what did we do? What did we sign up for?
Right.
Um, and then something happened to where I just was like, okay, and like just zoned in, and then we figured it out in like that moment. But like, here's the story. Halfway, or we started at Billy's, when Archie comes to the door and Billy puts his hands up. Billy rises from the thing. We're on Billy's coverage, and all of a sudden we hear the door open, and we look, and I'm kind of looking, and I have like this little monitor, and I'm looking, and Artoon and this guy comes in with a hoodie, and he it looks like what has a gun, right? So he holds up this thing, points it at Artoon. Artoon has a fake gun. By default, or by, I don't know what it was, Artoon raises a fake gun to the other guy, right? So now they're looking at each other with two fake guns. Everyone is completely silent. What is happening? Like, what the fuck is happening going on? Billy's like watching this. We're all watching this. The guy goes, okay, and he leaves. And then what we found out was this guy was like, I guess, crazy. Either he was like going in actually to rob the store but he made this gun out of like bicycle springs. It was a fake gun, and we all were like, "What was that?" And we all go up to Artune. We're like, "What the fuck was that?" He was like, "What?" We were like, "What a fake! We just watched
Artune,
a fake standoff."
I must commend you, Artune, that your instinct was to aim a fake gun.
And he had a fake gun too. You guys, we watched a fake standoff happen. It was insane. And everyone was so like,
not all heroes wear capes.
I agree.
No.
Some heroes have a fake gun and a balaclava. Billy, and I think Billy said it best. He said, "I'm scared." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "What if that guy goes and gets all of his friends with their bicycle springs gun and they all come back in a bicycle spring militia?"
I felt
good. You had Artune there. He'd handle them all.
Exactly.
Take care of it.
The problem was like we had already filmed the part where Artune bursts in and like points the gun at me, and we were like past that, and then some dude actually came in and pointed a gun at me, and I realized exactly how I would have reacted, and it made me feel like such shit about what I had just fucking pretended. I was watching the playback, I was like, oh, use that, but then unfortunately, like as soon as he walks in, I'm like. And I just look like
yeah, because when you're actually being robbed, it's not what you don't actually.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah, and also you don't like whatever you think you're gonna react like. You're not gonna react like that. Like you think you're gonna, go like, but yeah, Billy's reaction was like, I have the footage. I'll see if I can find the footage. It's the best. It's the best. It's Billy going like this, looking around like this, like
a sheepish dog.
Yeah.
Dog that's in trouble.
It also only lasted like 5 or 6 seconds. Like it was so quick, man. But it was also my like whole life was right there in that one moment.
Insane, absolutely. I know, and I was like, and as a director, I had to be like, all right, so we're moving on. Like everyone was so freaked out, and I was like, yeah, okay, can we go again? And this time, like, no.